a difference. Good evening, respected chief guest, Major General Dr. Mohan Muttagikar BSM, esteemed staff, and my dear fellow cadets. Today, we gather for a very special and enriching session, a rare opportunity for our young Sainik School Cadets to interact with a stalwart of the Armed Forces Medical Services, a man who has served both in the field of medicine and in leadership with equal distinction. Major General Dr. F.P. Muttagikar, VSM. This is not just an introduction. It is a window into the life lessons, discipline, and values that shape leaders in armed forces. From leading soldiers in the toughest terrains to leading medical teams across the Eastern Command. Sir's journey is a source of inspiration for all who aspire to serve the nation. May I request that Ahanti of Grade 9 to formally introduce and welcome Major General Dr. Mohan Muttagikar. Ahanti, please.
Then, it is said that a nation is built not only by its soldiers on the borders, but also by those who heal, protect, and strengthen the very lifeline of its armed forces, their health. Today, we are honored to welcome such a distinguished personality whose life has been a rare blend of service in the battlefield of health and leadership in the corridors of command. I am Cadet Ahanti of Grade 9 and it is an honor to proudly introduce our chief guest, Major General Dr. M.P. Muttagikar, VSM, a distinguished personality whose career of over 3 decades in the Armed Forces Medical Services is an inspiring testimony to commitment, excellence, and patriotism. Sir took up the nation's call by joining the Armed Forces Medical Services on 1st June 1975 as a captain and then went to acquire his master's degree in microbiology from the Armed Forces Medical College and served in many specialist and administrative roles as the director and commandant of the Command Hospital in Kolkata and later as a Major General Medical at Headquarters Eastern Command. He ensured top-tier medical cover for the entire Eastern Theatre of our armed forces. In recognition of his meritorious service to the nation, the officer was awarded the Vision Seva Medal by the President on the occasion of Republic Day 2011, a true symbol of dedication to duty. On this auspicious occasion, we extend our warmest welcome to Major General Dr. M.P. Muttagikar, VSM, a soldier in spirit, a healer by profession, and a leader in action. Sir, it is our privilege and honor to have you among us today. Welcome you, sir. It's also an honor and privilege to have Sir's daughter, Miss Neha, Emisters. We welcome you, ma'am. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Ahanti. May we now call upon two of our cadets, Cadet Sukrit Chaudhary of Grade 9 and Cadet Bharat of Grade 8, to recite an extract of a poetic exchange between Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj and poet Chandragupta. Cadets, please.
जय सभी को हमारा नमस्कार। मैं कैडेट सुप्रीत चौधरी और मैं कैडेट भरत। आज हम दोनों इस शुभ अवसर पर आप सभी के सामने छत्रपति संभाजी महाराज और उनके राजकवि चंद्रिका मात्याय की अंतिम जीवन के अंतिम क्षणों में जो कविता निर्माण की गई है वो प्रस्तुत करने वाले हैं।
मन के जीते जीत है, मन के हारे हार,
हार गए जो बिन लड़े उन पर है धिक्कार,
उन पर है धिक्कार जो देखे ना सपना,
सपनों का अधिकार असल अधिकार है अपना।
अपनों के खातिर करना कुछ आज हमें, अजर अमर कर देना है स्वराज हमें।
तू माटी का लाल है, कोई कंकड़ या धूल नहीं। तू समय बदल के रख देगा, इतिहास लिखेगा भूल नहीं।
तू भोर का पहला तारा है, परिवर्तन का एक नारा है। ये अंधकार तो कुछ पल का है, फिर सब कुछ तुम्हारा है।
सेवक का यह आखिरी मुद्दा स्वीकार कीजिए राजे। जा रहे हैं आपके शत्रुओं की चोट पर लगने। हमने कहा था हम नमक है महाराज।
तुम नमक नहीं चंदन हो कवि, तुम तिलक हमारे माथे का।
कविताएं समाप्त हुई राजे। जा रहे हैं आपके शत्रुओं के चोट पर लगने। जनमानस से भूप रहोगे, चरम चमकती धूप रहोगे। प्रसन्न रहे माता जगदम्बा, ओ छत्रपति, ओ सहचर शंभा।
Thank you, cadets, Sugrit and Dhawan. We also extend a special welcome to Miss Neha, sir's daughter, whose presence adds grace to this occasion. Welcome, ma'am. We also welcome all SUIM family members and fellow students to this session. Dear cadets, this is our moment, a chance to ask questions, seek guidance, and listen to stories that will carry in our hearts for as long after today. Let's be attentive, inquisitive, and respectful as we engage with Sir in this interactive session. So without further delay, let us begin our interaction with Major General Dr. M.P. Muttagikar, VSM. Sir, please. Thank you.
Like this? No.
At the outset, I would like to thank the organizing committee of Swami Vivekananda's movement. I am extremely honored, proud privileged to be amongst you on this day. Basically, when we achieve certain age, certain status, then it's our duty to speak to youngsters so that they imbibe certain qualities from us and do well in their future. Keeping in mind, Praveen, Deputy CEO, your head of education, asked me to come and speak few words to the students of school. I am a doctor by profession. I am from army background. Served in army for 36 years. Now, to start my career, I would like to break down my speech into different phases. I will start telling you first about the background of my family, then about my elder brother, then about my childhood, then about my medical career, then on my army. Right? Now, to start with, we have 5 brothers and 1 sister. I am second brother. My elder brother was also in army. We were born to a railwayman. My father was a railway officer. He earned his position and held as the head of railways in Mysore South Railway. My mother was a homemaker. Now they are no more. To tell you something about my other brother, who is motivational factor and inspirational force to me. So just to be a celebrity. To begin with, only, he had all the bearings of the military. His turnout, the discipline, punctuality, and robustness made him stand apart. He was a good sportsman, and he was very, very keen in NCC. He did D, C, and even D certificate in the NCC, and became an officer cadet. So, it happens, when you were in court and tired, obviously, expected. Where is it? So, with all this, you are a key individual to join up. He studied in Sharda College in Mysore. Tried our division, became an officer of Officer Training Academy, Chennai, was posted in different regiments for 7 Canadians. This happened on 3rd September 1971. I was in my pre-final MBBS at Medical College. Then, within no time, the conflict started between our adversaries, Pakistan. War broke. Within 3 months, the regiment was asked to move. They moved to Jhan sector. There's an area called the Chicken Neck. Participated in operation in that area. When they were in the attack phase in Pakistan, in armored personnel carrier, Russian made, the war was in full swing, airstrike took place, and even the ground force was also attacking. During that time, he sustained multiple and in the bargain, he could not survive the central conflict. It was just 3 months service, and the age was 22. You can imagine at that age, giving a Sarvotya Balidan, what we call supreme sacrifice for the cause of nation. He did. Then that was the motivational factor. And I was absolutely inspired and wanted to join the army. And it was this desire that I should also adore the religion. Now, thereafter, I got commission and said, this is what is about my brother. Going back to my childhood, I was born and brought up in a small township in north part of Karnataka that's called as Retd. Many of you might not have heard about this place. I was born there. And within 2-3 years, I went to my grandmother. My grandmother, meaning my mother's father's sister, didn't have children. So they wanted me to take care of and make me grow further. It is not me alone. You see, there were already 10 to 12 people who had stayed with her and grown up. But her grievance, my grandmother's worry was, none of the people who stayed in her house and grew could not enter the college. They were school dropouts, including my mother. She was also there. Then I was growing there. I was a pampered kid. She used to tell me, ensure that you enter the college and so you must work hard. I was an average kid, timid, nervous in front of strangers, very difficult. One of those things, I just knowledge without realizing how difficult. Yeah. I studied those days when there was no electricity till my pre-university. And I entered the college later also without electricity. There were no guides for me and my family. Carried on. But the biggest problem for me was English. Always in Kannada medium kids, it was difficult to entertain English people. Anyone asking me a question in English, I just nod my head. That sort of thing. So even my parents used to get worried, what to do with this kid? He is so nervous, he can't even answer. Why I'm telling all these things is, do not take that only a very smart and very sharp kid in the younger days will rise and become a big man. So there is always a turning point in everyone's life. Similarly, thereafter, I continued studying with an average marks, did the schooling, came to 10. Then my grandmother got very activated. She asked me, I found out from somebody there are some guides called SST Mitra. If you read them, you will pass. Because she wanted me to pass. Somehow they read guide or textbook or whatever it is, but read and pass. Then I said yes. So the whole lot of 12 months came together. I started reading, kept on reading, took it as a challenge, then passed in distinction. So that was the turning point in my life as far as academics. It comes like it is not that right from the day one you start thinking you people can tell that you will become a doctor, you will become an engineer. No. The situation, circumstances, your hard work, your sincerity, ultimately they accumulate and make you reach to a place. That's why I will speak of. Then there is a college called as Guru Tomplare College, correct? So I continue to work hard. If I can make in metric distinction, why not study hard and make something here also? Without my realizing this thing, and I scored the marks and it was quick enough to make me eligible for medical entrance. Then my father said that this boy is intelligent to be put in medical college. My grandmother was very annoyed. So far nobody understood his intelligence. Now suddenly everybody says that he is intelligent. So then the interview. This interview took place in public. Okay. Since I scored well, I think in QCA second year I scored 86 or 87. Those days were a big. Then the examiners, not examiners, the interview people, who were three of them were sitting in front of me. They asked me, you have made it to Karnataka Medical College, Hubli. My father had told me, tell them that this is compromise because he was posted much. He was in railways here. Because finance, economy matters. So I had all those sentences. I said, no, sorry, sir, I want to go to the. Mysore. You can't go to Mysore, it is in the university transfer. You have to go to Hubli. I said, no. I thought that he doesn't know how to speak and all. Let us help him. How to help him? If not Mysore, we'll give him to a place where it is nearer to Mysore. So then they give me the seat in Ballari. But I was so timid, before I could tell that, if you are planning to give me Ballari Medical College, give me Karnataka Medical College, Hubli, which was much, much better than the well ranked and I joined the medical college in 1968 and passed out MBBS in 1972 December. That is very interesting. Nothing to tell about the gold medals or anything. Nothing to talk about my sport activities. But I was acceptable candidate, did well, scored well, passed in time, and I came. Did my internship also in the Ballari Medical College. Came back to my school. I worked for 1 year in nursing home, Karnataka. Kamla nursing home in high school. Meanwhile, I had already applied my interest now courses and my brother's wish. So intervening period I applied for serving. Then the written test took place, then the interview took place, clinical test took place, and then I was selected for. This is the story. How a boy who was average, who was timid, who was nervous, who did not know how to go about things, got a turning point somewhere in 10 and took it serious, took it as a challenge, started studying and achieved medical course, passed out as doctor. Now, this is 1975, 1st June, I was commissioned in Army as captain. Initial 5 years in armed forces, I was bachelor's and courses. They are all tough courses. Like you are sent to field areas, you are sent to high altitude, you are sent to air maintenance pickets. They also send you to an insurgency area. So it is a bit worrisome. And the first posting of mine came to Assam. In fact, a person who was from Gadar, studied in Ballari, just came to Mysore for a short time, landed in Assam. It was a new atmosphere, new environment, new people, new day-to-day routine, discipline, punctuality, sincerity. You should be loyal, all those things, and you should exhibit your leadership qualities. It's very hard to inculcate all these things in the beginning, but you are supposed to do. You are an officer, you are commissioned. And we underwent training before coming on posting to Assam in Lucknow. It's a short training for about 4 months we get as medical officer. Both military training and as well as professional training. And after, it is hardly anything to imbibe all the qualities what I mentioned just now to you. I landed there and it was a difficult phase and you can't say that it is difficult now as brother. You have to learn. They tell you, no, when you are thrown into water, you start moving your legs automatically. Then that's how it has to be done. So when you are exposed to a situation, or like they say that necessity is the mother of invention type, I also started learning how to stand straight, how to salute, how to recline. The Tibet guy was very smart now, this thing was to answer the people. He also is very smart. So that is the period when you absorb maximum initial phase of army. and everybody will help. It is a big family. Like now, of course, nuclear family we talk about. Some are joint families, but our army is a big, big family. Everybody considers you as part of it. Wherever you are posted, if somebody is from Kerala, somebody is from Uttar Pradesh, somebody is from Northeast, but everybody will be there. They will teach, they will guide you, they will help you, they will teach you so much that whatever he has learned, you will try to put it. So in Pardi, kept on learning. Assam tenure for the medical officer to give field hospital. Those days it was field hospital, now it is called as field ambulance. So I did 1.5 years there. Then I was posted to infantry battalion. You have heard infantry battalion? So I was posted as regimental medical officer to 14 doctors. The battalion was located in Mizoram. You have heard Mizoram? It's the northeast. Those days insurgency was in vogue. Lots of disturbance. I was supposed to move the troops to give medical cover. Whenever they have to move for doctor, I did. I learned, became bold. And whenever they have to play any games, they will say, Doctor, let's play. I started playing basketball. Then they say, let's go for football. Start playing football. There is no game, there is no activity what they teach you when you join. That's how you learn so many things. When you get into the course and become a complete man. But it doesn't come just like that. Just because you are an officer, you are posted with them, you have to cooperate, you have to work hard, you have to be one among them, and you should listen to them and exhibit that what you have learned that you are capable of. That's what they accept you as part of them. And that's how I spent 1.5 years in Mizoram, participating in all the contingency, insurgency operations. It used to be a nightmare walking during night, walking on submarines. It's a narrow space, this much. There is a full depth here, there is a mountain this side, and you are walking. You must hold the next hand in front with your arm so that you should not miss it. So somebody will hold me, keep walking. And only the ishara will be by making some noise to stop. If something goes wrong, you will take along with them some 5-6 people down the hut. Such. But we are both, we did successfully and completely. Then the unit moved to Sikkim. Then Sikkim was a high altitude area, almost 13,000 feet high, 4122 cricket. So it was the East Sikkim. We spent another year there. So hardship is the order of the day in arms. You face a lot of hardship, you learn a lot of things, and you improve your knowledge. You improve yourself as a human being and become better. After that, I was sent straight away south down to recruiting medical officers. I was supposed to recruit the individuals for the army. I was posted to Arunachal. I was in charge of 6 districts of southern Kerala. All chapters of 10 chapters.
But understanding.
So there I learned how bad the civil setup is. It used to be a nightmare. Somebody will come, some bundles of rupees and just say, this, that. What is this happening? Then suddenly I realized that he's trying to write to select each candidate or something. A lot of people, some politicians, somebody from energy man. Again, the job was problem, but
जो लोग इंस्पिरेशनल टॉक भी कर रहे हैं कितना अच्छा बोल रहे हैं कितना
when
सही
you are
पैकेजिंग है वीडियो क्वालिटी अच्छी
people how to
है कंटेंट अच्छा है
then I realized
इसको
I
कौन
complained,
फील
I shouted and all those things. And then the recruiting office moved to
होगा चेक करने के लिए आया कि और है
then I finished the complete,
कर सकते हैं।
completed the tenure for
पर
2
चेक
years.
हमें नहीं पता
For a
चला
short period, I moved on to Madhya Pradesh, Sagar, as a medical officer to the medical battalion. That was the passing phase. Meanwhile, the junior command post came.
ग्रुप में शेयर हुआ
I was to become a major.
नहीं है नहीं हुआ
I underwent that. Got selected in the
कौन से
college
ग्रुप में कर
and I was selected for the course of
हाँ
college. Actually,
नहीं चाहिए आईटी टीम
I
में
went to
ऑलरेडी शेयर हो
Oxford
चुका है
Medical College, Pune.
सही है यहाँ तो बढ़िया
I did 2 years course. Made in pathology and microbiology. Then did simultaneously
प्रवीण को शेयर
master's
कर दिया
MBA in microbiology.
हाँ इसको डिसाइड कर
That talent was so much that I did well in the
शेयर कर
the top
वो
both
करेगा आगे
specialist in and as well
उसको
as
करना है
then posted as a specialist to various hospitals over a period of time. I served for good 18 years as specialist in Amritsar, Firozpur, Jabalpur, Turkey, Calcutta, and again Pune. Like this, so many places I was moved as a specialist. Then came the promotion again from. So promotions are like this. You should know as a kid, join as a captain. After 6 years, become a major. After another 8 years, become a lieutenant colonel. Then another 8-10 years, you become a full colonel. Then after that, become a brigadier. Then brigadier to major general. Then one more rank is there. That this is what it is. Chain of rank. So you rise there. So when I became full colonel, I became senior advisor and head of the department, and I was posted to Pune, cardiothoracic center in Pune. That was a specialized hospital. I remained there for 2 years, and then went to command hospital, which is a super specialty hospital. There as senior advisor, head of the department. Stayed for 3 years.
नहीं पता चलेगा
Then when I was due for brigadier, they shifted me to administration. That is the end of my specialist career. Specialist means initially graded, then classified, then senior advisor. So these are the grades we achieve, and then there is not much this thing that you can become consultant there itself, but they don't want you to continue. They want to give you an administrative exposure also. So then I became brigadier and they moved me. Before brigadier, I was shifted as assistant director of medical service in Secunderabad. It's a 54 infantry day. Stayed there for a short while for 5 months. Then I was posted to Leh initially. Then they changed it to Mathura. Mathura is a course, one course. It is a strike course. It is ever ready for borrowing. Anytime, short notice, we are supposed to move. So I was posted to that, learned a lot. Responsibility was too much. Even there was a blood supply unit under me. So we were always well prepared for any eventuality. They will be offering, we should be prepared. We did. Then I was moved to Jaipur. This is the Southwestern Command, new command. Here I was posted as brigadier again. It was deputy to Major General, medical cover to the Southwest. About a year I stood there. Then came the posting as Major General. I was approved for Major General. So while sending, they realized that we should be sent to Navy now. So I was supposed to go as a rear admiral to INS Ashwini, Mumbai. I was worried man. For all these 30 odd years I've been serving in the army, all of a sudden wearing the white uniform, going to Navy was a nervousness. My old nervousness came back. I started practicing salute because Navy salute is this, Army salute is this. So I used to stand in front of mirror and practice how to go about it. Started reading about Navy. Good sense prevailed. They realized that this man is not for Navy. Send him to Command Hospital, Calcutta, Eastern. It's a 900-bedded hospital, super specialty hospital, tertiary. I had 150 medical officers in that, all specialists, super specialists. Almost about 100 nursing officers and 80 or GCO, junior clinic. Very good. But you have to, it's a responsibility. You have to procure medicine, you have to procure equipment, you have to take the level of patient care to a different level and look after the hospital infrastructure, planning, execution, resource management, command control, everything. This is how you start learning as you grow. And I also learned. Then we were the inspection came. My hospital was adjudged as the best hospital in the Eastern Command by the GOC in the command, that General Officer Command in the chief. General Viveka Sainik was the General Officer Command chief then, and I got the award. Best command, unit citation. Then the team from Delhi came to adjudge the best command hospital all over India. The different command hospitals, like Eastern Command, Central Command, Northern Command, Western Command, Southern Command. So like this, everywhere there is one command. Even the Air Force has one command hospital in Bangalore. Navy has got one command hospital in Mumbai. So out of all this, which is the better one? So the central team, for my luck or my hard work or my team's hard work, not mine. So we were eligible. We got the Raksha trophy. As a result of that only, I was selected, declared for teachers by the President of India. So this is that part. And after 1 year of serving in command hospital as a director in commandant, I have sidestepped as a medical head for the entire Eastern Army. Eastern Army involves all North. Okay? So 6 sisters, 1 brother, plus Bengal and all Assam, all put together 8 states and 4-5 countries bordering your nation. You have to manage the medical cost. Ensure that there is no problem. If something goes wrong somewhere, you are the head of the Eastern Army. That's called as MD, Medical Major General Medical, working under General Officer Commanding in Chief, Eastern Command. It's the biggest one. Responsibility was big and continued. I had the opportunity to serve with 2 General Officer Commandings, General Viveka Singh and General Vikram. Both became Chief of Army Staff in their own turn, one after the other. And I was the part of their team. So during that period only, General Vikram also gave me the commendation card from GOC command. And all put together finished my tenure on 31st March 2011 after 36 years of service. And came back to my. Actually, General Vikram told me, "What are you doing? Mutki? Come with me to Delhi. This thing, I will create a job. We will do something there." I said, "No, sir. My parents are in Mexico. I got a house. I landed." But somehow I didn't take up the second unit. I am leading a retired life in my. So that is the in this my short story. I will tell you a couple of incidents. When I was bachelor, during my early days when I was RMO and all that, I wanted to get married. Came to my school and registered myself eligible bachelor for marriage. Then registered marriage bureau in my school. I went there, wrote my, put up my passport and photograph. So after 2 months, 3 months, I just check up. Any response? No, sir. No. Within 6 months. Next year annually when I came, I went to that person. Anything sir? He told me, Modi sir, now it is already 7 pages after you. All are married, you are still there. But now, how it is that take my request. Yes. In this photograph. But there you go. And I keep telling them, army officer. Immediately, quickly they change the picture. Army officer means only two. Either when something happens and they lose their life, or else if they survive, they get spoiled, start drinking and start eating non-veg and all. So nobody wants to be. So thank you. But just didn't happen. Ultimately, I got married. My first lady. That's a different issue. But even the reputation of armed forces in the local parlor is very different. Army means spoiled now. Army means uncertainty. It is not. It is always a destiny, no? When we are there, it is destiny, we are sitting here, anything can happen. We will continue for 95 years or 100 years. Nothing may happen. Like my brother was not lucky enough, he had the war broken, but he got the opportunity and served the motherland and got to bring sacrifice there. But whereas I continued to serve for 36 years and saw all over the country, there is no state where I am not. I have been moved almost about, you can imagine, 14 places during my life. But earned name, fame, position, status. So you should not feel anything about the armed forces that the armed forces means things are uncertain. Uncertain for anybody, anywhere, anytime. Armed forces is equally important. So I want to tell that be in the habit of focusing right now. Now I would like to give you a few tips for my dear students. For students, there is always a turning point. When it always happens, first the initial phase do not just indicate that this kid will not become. Just pray for the not in a state and he's talking about himself right from the beginning in that one day, but everybody was very cool. Let's have some rest. See, for all students, what I always tell you is sincerity, hard work, and focus are the hallmarks. You take it through. You work hard, be sincere while working, and focus and have your own goals. You will. No comparison amongst your own friends. He is good, I am bad, he is much better, I am not that better. Today is better, may not be better tomorrow. So yours is to do yours. Focus on your things, do not compare others. Focus on fundamentals, basics. If your basics are good, you will never commit error. If your fundamentals you are concentrated and gathered those things, you will never make a mistake in future. So, in addition to this, you should be very clear when you answer or understand anything. I always keep telling them clarity and brevity are the hallmarks. It is for both students and you. You should be clear in your thoughts. Do not try to learn more than what is required for your agent's class. Now, the tendency as of today is the small kids will start talking about space technology and all of us get very happy. See, he's only 5 years old, he is talking about all that. That is not required. See, when it is required, then only that particular dose should come. Then it happens. Okay. Now, as you grow, you mean like a sponge. Sponge is what? It absorbs the water. So every person is a mixture of good and bad. There is a good quality, bad quality. Imbibe good quality information. Every reject bad. And when you imbibe these qualities, it should be like a sponge. When you imbibe, it is like reception, restoration, analysis, and reproduction. So it should be so strong that you become one of them. Good quality. And there is another thing very important for you is Sangati, Sangadosha. It means the company you keep matters a lot. If you are in the company of good people or good kids, you continue to remain good. If you are in a bad company, you are likely to get bad. So ensure that your company is always good. And learn these qualities and try to be very clear in your thoughts and you will do well. As regards teachers, my friends, this thing, because since I also have taught for some time this thing, I think I should tell you who are the good teachers. Good teachers are nothing but good storytellers. If you know how to tell story in a good fashion, you will be a good teacher. If you don't know how to tell story, you can't be a good teacher. Clarity, straightforwardness, and understanding type of lectures are always received by the students better than the complicated ones. So do not compare your students A to B, B to C. Everybody to C. On the contrary, if you have to separate the weaklings and train them better so that they also come to the level of the better. That's the thing. And it's always the teachers, this thing, they keep preparing the people for the better slots. So their job is to select who is going. You observe the kids, easy, happy, sad, in problem, so that it is duty to understand if the child is having any problem, should be corrected in time, should be assisted in time, should be helped so that the correct behavior can be taken in time. So, as the teachers should ensure that the child's growth is in a holistic manner. Holistic manner means he should be good in academics, good in sports, good in group activities, and good in yoga, spirituality, everything. So then the important. It is better to make a good human being than make a good computer. I always tell, by teaching all the advancements and all, the person will become like a computer. You ask one person, he will answer, give you 10 answers. No, this is not this thing. But to make it the must for any student. You grow right from the beginning with that. Be considerate, be concerned, be helpful. So that should be the motto when you grow. I think I got nothing to. I think right when can help you people to take a breath. Now I think I can stop. Have I covered the timing? Are we should be able to tell? Time is over, man. Hey, if they want to ask anything, I ask them. Any question? Just say you can ask. Let's get into the topic about my life in our forces. Yes.
I'm curious to give you of grade 7. So my question is, what 3 qualities do you think every Sainik School cadet should have to become an effective leader in future?
You want to become a leader, what should we have?
Forces.
I mean, that, I mean, it's, armed forces are also leaders. Leader. What we see in armed forces, in a cadet, is, see, we were told, see, when we were about to get commissioned, we are under observation right from the moment when we land up in civil. Are you one of those individuals जो देखा तो इधर छूटा आपने कहीं उठाया टिप्स देखा ये ऑब्जर्वेशन is done your background how your behavior is so a good human being with all the good qualities will over a period of time make a good leader. To make good leader, first thing you must have a good bearing. Okay, good bearing, good turnout, discipline, punctual, loyal, sincere, should be a candidate who can be depended upon, and then take the team along. You should not walk, take us alone, looking and so other. I'm ahead, I'm the captain there now. Take them along with observation. Is always great for the bosses. They come to know that we will be leaders. You will not. But you have to tell people you should be busy and also should show people that you are busy. So demonstrating that you are busy is not a good leader. Good leadership is always assessed by the concerned person. You do your good deeds and show that there are three or four distinct hallmarks for an individual. Always first think of nature first. Then think of when you work under as a boss. Then you can, then you this is the also. The moment you are working with your clothes, our job is always to think of the nation, always. Whether you are asked this question in the morning, evening, night, or in sleep, the national interest always on top. Then comes the men whom you are the boss. Men agreement you, their welfare, their interest should be. Then comes your looking of the plan. Then is your individual. You will make a good anything. Think.
Jain sir, I'm Cadets with the medical grade 9. So my question is that, looking back, is there a particular mission or incident that most shaped your personal ideas on service and sacrifice? Is there a particular mission or incident that most shaped your personal ideas on service and sacrifice? Service and sacrifice.
It's always in the face of canning. All won't get opportunity to go for walk. I will tell you general terminology first. Like out of 10, I don't know, like I will give you a broad example. If we are 100 officers when we join, 2 may become lieutenant, 1 may become, 3 may become major, 1 may not be chief. Okay, this is the equation. Pyramid is very, very large. So the wastage rate is very rise. So similarly, how do you rise this for circumstance? If something happens and if you are caught doing so, there is a dictum in armed forces, never say no to seniors, never volunteer. You should never say no. If my boss says that you go and do this and come and report to me tomorrow morning, my answer should be yes, sir. Okay? But he is discussing something and you butt in and say, sir, I will do it. I will do this. I will do it. No. If you visibly fail there, your boss will have very, very negative attitude. But so do not, unless you are very clear, your bosses will know who to give what job and how much you are capable of doing. You assess and then only give a lot of job. That's how it is. The very fact you are sitting at a boss, it means that you attain that knowledge to assess the person under you. What to tell him? Is he capable of? Will he do it in a better fashion? Or I should rely upon somebody else? So that we know that the immunity is given. So wait for that order. Okay? And for the leader, it is always one more thing. Leader cannot be judging all the people simultaneously. You 10 are sitting in the front line and say, I will not be watching every day morning I come and say what is he doing, what is he doing. He has put up a letter, is he right? She told me something that he was read. If I start doing, my 24 hours day is gone, just like that in thinking about these 10. Then I am not going to say lead, not going to become a boss. And think about this. You should have a plastic expression in the initial phase. for a good 1 or 2 months, keep observing everybody. Somebody will ask you this thing or some question. Somebody will say, how is it that this thing? Just keep nodding your head and do not show any expression to anybody. Keep observing. Observation is key. Over a period of time, you will come to know out of these 10, 6 will do on their own good. Given a job, they will. And 2 or 3 of them will do good job provided I motivate them. How I motivate? I said, you 3 cannot do that job, nobody else can. Boss is going to create this thing known as confidence. So, you will work. One person last 10th month, make your eyes and ears open, 2 or 24. Keep observing. Because you will make it. Or you will make it. But fine. So, then you will have plenty of time to read. If I am your leader, I'll come to office and say, you can come to understand and say, give to Priya, tell them that if you don't do it, then nobody else will do it, right? You send them, and only one man will say, thank you. I'll thank you. Observe it for 1 hour, tell him, advise, tell him, then agree, correct? So don't waste time looking at everything yourself and reading and signing, days pass just like that. That is not the reading. Like you asked about the incidents, like war, sacrifice, all won't get the opportunity. Some people get it beginning of the service, some people even middle of your service you will get it, and through your work, that is the time to show your national pride and your caliber, stability, and your work, and do it best and early. Please.
Jain sir, I am getting children of grade 9. Sir, my question is that, sir, why do you want to join defense? Sir? Who is your inspiration to join defense?
Get hold of it. Oh, you know, actually, it so happened in my case. For everybody, the motivation, inspiration is different. Not necessarily that somebody in the family will show you that gallant evening and then join. No, not required. We may take pride in somebody and then follow him, or we may take pride in some other son. He did that, okay, I have to do that type of motivation. In my case, it was one of those unfortunate things when I was studying in very my elder brother got commissioned, and the day he got commissioned, the conflict started and he went to war against Pakistan. And during that, within 3 months, he had to undergo that. That time, meanwhile, we had taken one. So all brothers and sisters and parents, they mentioned about me and said, I have seen the doctors in armed forces, they are doing a wonderful job. Then my first name is Mohan, tell Mohan to join the army. So that he will do that. So that was in my mind, and I lost my brother in something. And then I said that this is the opportunity I should do something by joining armed forces and make it.
Jain sir,
Yes.
I am getting question from Retd. And my question is, sir, in today's changing times, how important is it for young officers like us to preserve our traditions and values by embracing modern technologies and practices?
I think we have joined already armed forces. And after that, your tradition, how to maintain that, and also keep abreast with the modern technology and be able to obtain it afterwards. Nothing like that. See, the armed forces is like this. There is no regionalism, religion, no rich man, poor man, you are, we never ask. We never ask their relation, anybody. We never ask which place you belong to. Find us unless they are very keen to know that sir, you are from that place. Not that nobody asks you ask. But by and large, it is not encouraged to discuss in your regional language in front of others. Like the teaching for all of you and for us also. If you are from the same race, we start talking in Punjabi and others are Malayali standing there. It is not the right. There are a lot of etiquette, manners. Because all I told you, initial phases, they teach us a lot of things. We learn also in the hard way. And similarly, there is nothing known as your thing you should follow. You come back home, no? Or you come back to home after serving, do whatever it is. अगरबत्ती का पूजा करना है तो अगरबत्ती जलाओ, दिया जलाओ, मंत्र पढ़ना है, मंत्र पढ़ो, nobody talks. But no enforcement of anything. You become a boss and you start telling your men under command that you also do the same thing like what I am doing. We all are paid to practice the whole this thing. Modernity is the order of the day. You have to inculcate that also and part of the learning. So we have to believe in that and follow the modern thing. Like modern is what you meant by that one. We lost and technology is order of the day. No, we should be well versed with technology. We should be well versed with technology. Nobody says that no, I will not learn the computer. I will only write letters by hand. So then you will be that much behind the technique. So actually you have to keep abreast to the knowledge. Follow the modern technology. Maintain your traditional culture, traditional values are always intact in our culture. But you have to practice to yourself, not to impose, not to force. Okay? Yeah. Yes.
I am Cadet from grade 8. Sir, you have served as a specialized doctor and a commanding officer in the armed forces for the nation. So I would like to know how do you balance between the demand for healing and leading at the same time?
Right. See, it's like this. It is very interesting. When you serve as specialist, you serve as specialist. Up to certain level, all of us, if we are specialists, we do that job. The day will come when the armed forces need your service to be an administrator because you are already a knowledgeable man, service man, you know good and bad, you know what is the planning and how to take about things, how to follow things. So then they force you to get into administration. Or that, as it is the beginning of your career itself, the administration is part of your career. We do everything. Like I became this specialist. The day I became in 1981 in state and I passed my MBA, I was also a registrar of the house. Wherever I was posted, I used to do the registrar job of several things. Whether it is 250 bedded hospital, 500 bedded hospital, or 1100, 1100. I have done the registrar before becoming a commandant. But the service requirement is that when you grow old after a certain stage, you can see here, you are supposed to do administration. Because that is also part of it. No? Who will do administration? I am giving chance to the younger specialists to grow, and I have taken the administration. That doesn't mean that I have forgotten technology or forgotten microbiology. I used to take classes very well, but they are not only the one. But that is importance is given only then for administration. But like when you are commanding, like when I was commandant, I cannot tell that I will take classes only, but not look after the whole hospital, what is happening, what patient is there, what things to be done, equipment is not coming. So I have to concentrate more on that than of the class. Okay? When you are commandant, commanding officer, you should do that. But at certain stage, all of us have to get into administration. maybe some at 10 years, maybe 20 years, or maybe 25 years, we have to do a thing. When we are doing administration, we keep this facility slightly on the lower. And thank you. Thank you very much. That's all.